3 days after Florence made landfall in this state, and consider the lineup today at one of the few gas stations finally open in Wilmington, North Carolina. Those in line waiting up to 3 hours to tank up. Then something went wrong and the pumps were shut down again.
I have been all the way to Leland, to Carolina Beach. I started out on Gordon Road this morning. I live in downtown Wilmington. No gas anywhere.
Frustrations in this city hit hard by the storm are mounting as the challenges left behind by Florence grow. Workers are hard at it to bring back power needed for lights, refrigeration, air conditioning, all of it. But it's complicated. So many power lines are down, so many lives in distress. Surveying her property, or what's left of it, Jenny Hall has to wade through knee-deep water to get in or out. So we went to her.
Basically, this is absolute devastation to me.
How do you feel?
Lost. I feel absolutely lost, and don't know where to start to put things back together.
She told us she can't even easily call for help because her cell phone's dead and there's no power to charge it. Meanwhile, outside Wilmington, the severe flooding continues, and so do the rescues. Today, helicopters took yet more people who couldn't escape on their own to safety. The storm has, by and large, passed by, but, said the governor today,
this remains a significant disaster that affects much of our state. The next few days will be long ones as the flooding continues.
Among those back at that gas station, some who fled their homes in the face of flooding and somehow made it to Wilmington. Willie Sloan told us now he doesn't have enough gas to get back.
I wasn't going to stay in there last night with that water still rising. It was almost to my house. So I'm trying to get out there now to see how much damage was done.
You need gas to get out to see whether you still have a house.
Yeah, that's right. And then I try to find a way to get there.
Not long after we spoke with Willie Sloan, Ian, he gave up. And with what little gas he had left, he turned around and drove off. That's the way it is here these days.
Long lines, long days, so much uncertainty. Paul, I would understand if people were angry and frustrated, but how are people handling it?
We've encountered remarkable positivity, remarkable generosity. I'm not going to say tempers aren't flaring, and we saw some of that at the gas station today. Police told us there's been some looting, that kind of stuff happens. But by and large, positivity. We were walking down the street today, there were the fallen trees and down power lines and flooding, and a woman came up to us who had lost power in her house and whose fridge was no doubt full of food that had gone bad and her life was upside down, and she offered us bottled water because she thought we might need it. We didn't, but she offered it. The people we met yesterday who had been rescued from that village that was fully submerged, you know, water up to the rooftops, they had their life possessions in garbage bags. Nobody was freaking out. Nobody was screaming. Nobody was angry. They told us that they had what was most important, and that was each other. Jenny Hall, who was the woman on the steps of her house in the piece that we just saw, who was despondent, right? Everything was terrible in her world. And after we chatted with her, I said, you must feel helpless. And she said, yes, I do. Helpless, but not hopeless, because I'll get through it, she said. And I think there's a lesson in that for all of us.
It is all very impressive, as has been your reporting. Thank you very much, Paul.